Ladies and gentlemen, Sanch here. Welcome back to another episode here on the Bodybuilding News Network for another installment of Bodybuilding Today. We're going to be talking about some fun topics here. Hadi Choopan arriving in the U.S. just around 7 weeks out from the Olympia and what that could potentially mean for his placings and his prep leading into this year's Olympia in the men's open bodybuilding division. James Hollingshead also prepping for the Olympia after winning the Tsunami Pro. We're going to look at his most recent physique updates and potentially him taking off the 2023 competitive season. So stay tuned for that news as well. Chris Bumstead has been sharing some phenomenal physique updates. So we'll look at those and potentially look at is there a possibility of him being beaten in the 2022 Olympia. We'll also talk about Akim Williams and our buddy JT Physique doing some guest posings over in Oklahoma and what that is going to speak for both of their physique preps for the Olympia just 7 weeks out. And we'll finish up with a big Ramy guest posing, the first we've seen of Big Ramy showing everything on stage, no filters, no goon lighting, as Nick likes to say. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, and Haku has joined us for this video, so I'll be petting him the whole time. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. But let's go ahead and hop right into also James Hollingshead. I want to talk about him as well. Let's start off with James Hollingshead. I did talk about him. Anywho, keep it rolling, baby. He has been sharing some recent physique updates, at least a back double bicep shot around 6 weeks and a bit, as he says in this most recent physique update. The description is a lovely night for KFC. God, I would love some KFC. Trying to keep it clean. So chicken, yes. Breaded fried chicken, maybe so, maybe not so much. Pizza would be great right now. I'm sure you guys can relate. But he's saying just taking a little bit of break off of the diet, potentially the diuretics, the supplementation, things of that nature. And then he's going to hop right back into prep about 6 weeks out from the Olympia. Now, if you do not remember, I'll put some photos on the screen for you. James did not do so well at the last Olympia that he did. His peak was not great. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what happened, but he did not show up the way that he wanted to, or I'm sure any of us wanted to, and that definitely put a damper in his desire to want to compete more. So that is something to keep in mind. I'm sure he's going to do a lot better this year. I'm hoping so. But let's move on to the next story. Hadi Choopan has arrived in Dallas, Texas, with his coach Hani Rambad over with Evogen Nutrition. If you don't know, Hadi has all of it. I don't think he takes athletes unless they do decide to or agree to be an Evogen athlete. I think I remember them talking about that many, many years ago. But Hadi Choopan has arrived in Dallas just under 7 weeks out from the Olympia. And like I said in the prelude or the preview to this, it really does speak some, I'm not sure how I want to say it, but he's going to have a lot easier time prepping for the Olympia since he's so early to getting in the U.S. If you don't remember, the last few years, Hadi Choopan has had issues with his visa, with him arriving on in an easy time and in a good time frame. He shows up, just a couple weeks out, 1 week out, something crazy like that. This year, luckily, there goes Saku. This year, luckily, he's arrived quite early for this prep, so he's going to have lots of time for his body to adjust, get used to the training in the U.S., get rid of that jet lag, and just get ready. So I'm happy for that. I'm happy to see that. Also, Hadi and Hani sharing some physique updates here. What can we say here, ladies and gentlemen? Hadi Choopan looks phenomenal. You can see the cross striations in the chest. You can see very shredded obliques. Hadi is one of those guys that's very well known for his physique and structure and conditioning. He's very, very conditioned. He's a previous 212 champion at the Vancouver, and he's just going to come into the show, I think, in my opinion, and dominate. Now, the question is, what does domination look like for him? With the recent news and things of that nature going on in Iran. I'm sure him as a fellow Persian, I'm sure he would love to represent Iran. And I don't know if he'd speak his mind, but I'm sure it's in the back of his head. He's thinking about, those ladies being persecuted because they don't want to wear their hijabs. But I digress. Anyways, happy to see his physique update. I think he looks phenomenal, and I'm hoping that he does very, very well at this Olympia. So let me know your guys' predictions for Hadi Choopan coming into the Olympia. Another gentleman coming into the Olympia, hoping he does very, very well, is Akim Williams. Now, Akim is not known for his posing, and he's also not known for sharing solid physique updates coming into the Olympia. Now, he has done a guest posing here at the NPC Oklahoma Grand Prix along with JT Physique. His first name is JT. I can't remember his last name off the top of my head. Apologies, my friend. He actually tags me in a lot of stuff, so it's kind of cool to see him sneak into this post. And by all accords, I think he stole the guest posing here. He was very, I don't know if flamboyant's the right word, but he was very animated, and he had a lot of fun here. Him and looks like Amanda A. Beth. They look like they had a lot of fun here. Akim, not, like I said, not one for posing, not one for doing a lot of cool transitions, things of that nature. He looked very stationary and didn't look very comfortable with the guest posing, but he is an open competitor. They're not known for posing, so I can't critique him too much on that. On a positive note, I thought his legs looked pretty good, especially looking at this recent video from the same posing. I think he had his hair all funny in this one. He looked good. He didn't look as good as I thought with the photos, so you lose a little bit of the detail in the video, but overall, I thought he looked pretty good here. Not sure where he's gonna land. He was in the top 10 recently. I don't know if it's gonna happen this year. He's a big boy, but he just doesn't bring the conditioning, in my opinion. And I feel like this year it's gonna be a lot of conditioning and it's gonna be a lot of structure. So if you don't have both, they're gonna knock you. That's my opinion. That's my prediction. But of course, let me know your thoughts on Akim Williams' physique update as he comes into this year's Olympia prep, just under 7 weeks out. Big Ramy also doing a guest posing. One of the first times we've seen him do guest posing this year. Now, I like what I saw here. I wasn't crazy wowed. I thought he looked good for being this far out. 7 weeks. He still has quite a bit of time to perfect it. Now, I will say, when this video gets into him showing off the legs, I am not a fan of Big Ramy's legs. I think it's blatant synthol in the quads. It looks, in my opinion, it looks disgusting. I'm not a fan. I don't think it should be rewarded. Saying that, I cried when he won his first Olympia title, so I'm not a hater. I just don't like it, and I've seen so many other beautiful physiques in the men's open division, and it's going to be a great lineup. So I think this year, more than ever, is going to be the year that Big Ramy gets pushed potentially out of that first place finish in the men's open bodybuilding division. The question is, are they going to keep pushing the narrative of Brandon Curry? He showed up at the Arnold Classic, very disappointing presentation. The package he brought was very watery. Still not a lot of legs going on there. He's a Mr. Olympia. I get it, but gosh darn it, the dude needs more legs in the back. It just doesn't make sense, because from the front, I think his legs actually look quite good, but from the back, it's just not happening. It's not happening for me, but I digress. There's a lot of phenomenal physiques coming into this Olympia, and I think he's going to have his hands full. Speaking of hands full, Chris Bumstead sharing some phenomenal physique updates just under 7 weeks out. Now, he's classic physique. He's the classic physique Mr. Olympia champion, reigning 2-time, going for the three-peat. Now you got Dino coming in there challenging him. You have Kalzinski pushing him. You've got Breon potentially with his last Classic Physique Olympia, and then he'll be doing the 212. You also have Alexander Westermeer, the rookie coming out of nowhere, winning the Pittsburgh. You got Neil Curry. There's so many great physiques coming into the Classic Physique. I would be not surprised if we have a fresh batch of new Olympia champions. Classic Physique, Open, 212 potentially. We're not going to dig into the 212 in this video because I know we're getting a little long. So ladies and gentlemen, look forward to another video coming out tomorrow morning. We'll continue with the coverage here. Also, go on Instagram. We're going to be recording tomorrow, or actually today, Tuesday in the afternoon. Me, Marks, Max Muscle, Two Bros, One Pod, episode 6. So stay tuned for that. And I also have a long format interview with the Classic Kings coming out Wednesday. So stay tuned for that as well. Put your questions in the posts on Instagram. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all the support. Go to bodybuildingnews.net if you want to purchase merch. And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you enjoy this style of content. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections below on all the topics we discussed today. And I'll see you in the next one.